It's a snowy day here. Snow's coming down pretty hard. We're going to go inside and I'm going to show you a couple of cool new things that I got for the camper. I think that kind of fit the ambiance of it and the vintage of it. So let's go inside and have a look at the interesting stuff I found. Alright, I think you can see by the name on the bag there, we got some thrift store stuff for the camper. And a couple of interesting things. I got a gift card from my wife for Value Village for $10. So I went there and I had a look and I saw some electronics and some other things. And I think it'll be interesting for you. So let's take a look, see what we got here. So the first is this neat old TV. We're going to take a look at this in a second. There you can see the price of that, $12.99. It has a radio on it. It's probably an 80s, late 80s vintage television. And I thought it kind of fit with the Airstream. So we're going to see if it works. Can I fix it? Does it work? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments before we get to the end of the video, and you can tell me. You can see if you're right whether it works or not. The other thing I found, which is kind of cool, and this is something you see on lots of vintage campers, and not even just vintage campers, any kind of camper. It's kind of scissored wall mirror for bathrooms, etc. And I got this for $4.99. I thought, again, this kind of fits the vintage of what we're going for here, and I thought it was kind of neat. It's kind of like one of those curiosities, and it is handy, honestly, as well in a camper when you need a quick mirror. Now this camper, sit back down carefully. This camper does have a mirror at the back. That is a mirror up there. I know it's not in focus. That is a dirty mirror at the back. Hello. And I think I sanitized that one, and I need to wipe it properly down. But that is the original bathroom mirror. And so this bathroom, in the back of the Airstream, which would have been there, the wall was there, and then the bathroom and toilet and shower and stuff were there. This bathroom probably would have had one of these mirrors as well. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this mirror up on the wall, and I think I'm going to put it right by the kitchen. So there's the, let me get you off the tripod here so I can show you. So there's the fridge, we've got the food storage cupboard there, and we've got the galley here. I'm thinking of just putting it right up here, just for now. We've got this is the TV mount, but I thought, you know, it might be handy if it was there, because then in the bedroom kind of side, you could use it and look at it. But also if you were in the galley, you could be standing over here and kind of extend it and look at it as well. So it could be handy in either location. So I'm thinking, so it's got to be able to close and swing, and in this case it's getting in the way of the TV arm, which I should probably take off anyways because we'll likely never use that. The other option is I could put it over here. I think I have screws short enough, and I don't know if that will interfere. It might interfere a little bit with that cupboard there. It doesn't really sit flat. It's kind of bent. But anyways, you could kind of swing it out here and look at it or whatever. It wouldn't be low enough for the kids to use. So I was going to actually hang this today. I might just leave that, because I'm not exactly sure where it's best, because I don't want it swinging out. It looks like it's going to swing out there. So $4.99, that's a good little find. Alright, I'm going to set that aside. Let's take a look at the TV, see if we get the TV going. Alright, let's take a tour around this TV. This is interesting for a few reasons. It's got the old-fashioned, I just forgot the tube TV in it, and I've forgotten the name. Cathode, yeah, this is a CRT, the Cathode Ray Tube TV. Name escaped me for a while. It's kind of old-fashioned, very 80s. Got slider knobs for volume. You've got low frequency, high frequency, and UHF selectors. You've got an AM, FM, and TV selector on-off switch, and you've got a tuning dial which does both radio and TV. It's called a GPX. On this side, you've got you got a big battery door here, and this takes 9 D cells, so a lot of batteries. And I'll probably never put batteries in it because that number of batteries just wouldn't be cost effective to do that. It's got an antenna up here for the radio. I do not believe this works. I don't think that's an antenna for the TV. It does have an auxiliary extension antenna for the TV. It has your bright, your contrast, and your V horizontal options for for your standard CRT. And then the cool thing is that it has a DC in, and you can't see it. Yeah, there it is. The DC in happens to be 12 volt, so that's perfect for a camper. Again, I thought the vintage and the fact that this was a 12 volt TV radio, I thought would be kind of cool. It would kind of be a something to look at, a conversation starter. It has an earphone jack as well, and then it's got a speaker you can see right there in the side. Nice little handling thing. $12.99. Thought I'd take a chance on it. So what I will do is I wired up. I had just a 12 volt power supply. This will put out 2,000 milliamps, 2 amps at 12 volts. You can see there. So that means I can hook it directly into my 12 volt system on the camper. But for now, I'll just plug in this one. I basically just cut this up and made it work because on this one, the positive and negative were different. The positive was center on this one, but on the TV itself, the positive is on the outside. So let's go ahead and plug this in, and we'll turn on our inverter, and we'll just have a look at it. So let's bring you down to, I'm going to turn on the inverter, turn that on, get that loaded up there. That's a 1,000 watt inverter. This Bestech sine wave travel converter, I did a review on this guy, and it actually does convert my modified sine wave from my inverter to pure sine wave. So it's actually really nice. It's 250 watts max, I think. It's just a travel accessory converter, but it works for this off-grid situation. So let's go ahead and plug this in here, and then we'll take a look at the camera, or sorry, the TV. Alright, so we're going to start on TV mode, and will it work? So here's where your comments come into effect. You think it'll work? Do you think it will not work? We're going to find out now. Of course, I did check this before and try this out, so I know what's going to happen, but let's see. And you can see the CRT does work, and the speaker works. It's a bunch of static right now because I need an ATSC tuner for this to get the over-the-air broadcast, a new digital signal. This is old-fashioned, of course. It's not going to take that digital signal. It only can see the analog signals. But that's certainly something I can get. I can get an ATSC tuner, and I should be able to plug it into the back of this with a little bit of conversion using the external antenna for this TV. And then, at a campsite, we will have a little bit of TV. You don't want a big TV anyways. You don't want a 42-inch TV in your camper because that's not the point of camping, right? So to have something like this where you can maybe watch the news at night or something, a little broadcast, or even, if you were desperate, the kids could watch something on there. I think it's kind of neat. It's old-fashioned. I think it fits kind of with the vintage. I see on screen, you can see the scanning going up and down. I don't see that in real life. It's just your standard old-fashioned snow. Let's try the radio, though. I know the radio works. So we'll go to FM. Turn the volume up. I guess we better put our antenna up a little bit. And we'll tune to CBC in Canada here. 96.2. So there's CBC. Now we're inside a tin can, so I don't expect it to work incredibly, but...
I was in the UK, and as these quite surprising things were happening...
So there you go. I think it's pretty neat. It's a cool little working TV. It's a conversation starter. The TV actually works. And if I get a little tuner, that'll be perfect. And as well, this is 12 volts, so this fits perfectly with the whole camper 12 volt setup. So let's take you to the front of the camper and I'll show you where I think I'm going to put this. So we're at the front of the camper now. You're looking at the overhead storage here. And I do have 12 volts going through here. I fixed all the 12 volts when I got the lights working there. This old radio was in the back of the camper. This is from an old car, Oldsmobile. But I thought, wouldn't this be perfect? Does it actually fit? Oh, it doesn't. Well, you know, it doesn't quite fit, but maybe I can slide it in the side. I thought, wouldn't that be cool? Because I have 12 volt power over here, so I should be able to wire this up easily and pull it through. Now, you wouldn't be able to use the antenna, but I thought that would be perfect for this sort of thing. So I might have to cut this a little bit bigger, but I think that would be pretty neat. Let's see if I can get it in there. Not quite. I'm going to have to cut it. So that's too bad, but I was thinking it could go right in there and just show the TV and the radio and maybe have the antenna going at the top or something. I thought that was cool, and like I say, because I have the 12 volt in there, I can hook it right up to here, and then we have our built-in radio, and it's kind of very retro and fits with the camper, I think. So that was a cool find from Value Village for $12.99. So I'm actually just going to stick this up here for now. This will be a project for another day. There we go. Oops. That would be a project for another day where we'll get the 12 volt hooked up and maybe make this hole a little bit wider, but that's kind of a warm day sort of a project. Alright, so yeah, there you can see all the snow that's on the skylight there, and the snow that's coming through the window. No, not coming through the window, but on the other side of the window. It's very snowy outside. It's I think only a couple of degrees above zero maybe right now, maybe 0 or -1. Pretty snowy. So a snowy day in the camper. I just wanted to show you a couple of those cool little finds. The mirror and stuff I thought were kind of similar vintage, and I think we'll add some conversation starters to the camper, and cheap, and a fun little Christmas present that I got. What else can I show you? I'll shut off my inverter here. This is kind of solar central happening right now. As I got my solar panels ready to go. You saw the review of the Dokyo. I haven't done a review of the solid panel yet. I haven't even hooked that up yet. I'm kind of waiting on that. And yeah, there you go. Some more snow on the window there. Snow on the trees outside. So thanks for watching, and hopefully when it warms up I'll do, it doesn't even have to warm up, but I'll do another video kind of hooking up the solar. I've been looking at an Outback charge controller. I saw one on eBay that was, it looked like it was melted down, needed to be fixed. I unfortunately lost that one. That would have been a really neat video to look at repairing an Outback charge controller for the Airstream. Alas, I don't even have enough solar panels to overwhelm my 20 amp EP solar MPPT charge controller. So I can still make use of this. I got to clean this up. This is a 20 amp charge controller, so I'm not going to come anywhere near this. The panels that I have, the big one, this is a 100 watt solar panel, and that will do a max output of 6 amps. Let me just tip this over. I think it was 6 amps. 5.56 amps it says. Yeah, 5.56 amps kind of optimally. So this isn't the super best solar panel, but it's per watt, it's pretty cheap. And so I could easily, I mean, you're never going to get 5.56 amps out of it. That's on the most incredible day, perfectly pointed into the sun. I would imagine with a 20 amp charge controller, I could probably put 4 of these panels, so 400 watts. I'm thinking I could get away with because you never get the full amperage out of it, and I think I could easily get away with that. But then if I need to, I will upgrade. The Outback charge controller I was looking at was an 80 amp unit, and it would have been super fun to try and repair that and to see if I could get that working. It's something I'll look for down the road, but certainly something I don't need right now, since this guy has been a workhorse and still works totally fine. And this also comes with a remote monitor, so I can hook it up somewhere else in the camper. So yeah, it's old, but it still works totally fine, and it is a proper MPPT charge controller, not a PWM like this one over here from the Dokyo. So it's going to more efficiently use the power from the solar panels. So thanks for watching, guys. Another little update from the camper. Hope to have a number of updates coming. I've ordered the parts to get a rocket pump installed in the galley here underneath all this junk. So I've got a rocket pump coming and a freshwater tank for underneath, and I think I've had some hose already that I can use. So that's going to be a whole install video installing a Volterra rocket pump off Amazon, all for less than $100. So a whole freshwater setup for less than $100 installed. I think that'll be a pretty neat video, and that'll be kind of one whole project completed there. So that'll be coming up as well, maybe. That's probably going to be a February time frame video when that comes, but looks like I got a hole there I can already make use of there where some other valve was. I won't be making use of this stuff for now. I'll probably hook it up to city water, or at least have it operational for city water. But for right now, most of our needs is just a rocket hand pump works fine for brushing teeth, and fresh water for coffee and that sort of thing. So, all right, I will end it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next Airstream video.